Hello, good day and welcome to my tutorial. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to set up a virtual private network connection or VPN connection. The first thing you will want to do is actually open up your server virtual machine, and then you will want to click on start and proceed to server manager, because we're going to be adding a role to the server. We're going to go ahead and select roles and then choose add roles. Then we're going to choose network policy and access services. Hit next. We're going to select routing and remote access services and we're going to select network policy server. Hit next and then choose install. Now that this is completed, you're going to close this out. You're going to close off the server manager, and the next step you're going to do is go to click on start, go to administrative tools, and you're going to go to routing and remote access. When this comes up, you're going to see the name of your server here, and you're going to notice there's a red icon here located on the server. You can expand this. So it says SOAP server local. Now you're going to right click on it and configure and enable routing and remote access. You're going to go ahead and click next, and you're going to see the list of options. It says remote access, dial up or VPN, network address translation, NAT, virtual private network access and NAT, secure connection between two private networks, and custom configuration. For the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to be using the custom configuration options. We're going to select that. Then you're going to hit next, and then it says select the services that you want to enable on this server. You're going to want to select VPN access, and then you're going to hit next. Then you're going to select finish. It says routing and remote access has created a default connection request policy called Microsoft Routing and Remote Access Service Policy. To ensure that this new policy does not conflict with the existing network policy server connection request policies, open the network policy console and verify that it is configured correctly. You're going to select OK, and then choose start finish service, and then you're going to select finish. Good. Now that it is finished, you're going to see some different options have been enabled. You're going to see in the server the icon has turned to green, and you're going to see network interfaces, ports, remote access clients, remote access login, IPv4, v6, general, and static routes. We're going to be focusing on the ports, so you're going to go to the ports. I'm going to maximize this a bit, and you're going to see a list of ports that are located on the right hand side. They're actually used for connecting to the server itself. You're going to right click on this and go to properties, and you're going to see a list of options here. You're going to see PPPoE, PPP2TP, L2TP, and SSTP. Now what it is, it says it's used by the type, and if you look here, let me just give you a few of this. It says number of ports. We're going to first configure the L2TP. Select configure, and we're going to change the maximum number of ports to 25 just for the purpose of this tutorial, and then hit OK. And then we're also going to change the SSTP ports. Hit configure. Change this to 25 again for the purpose of this tutorial, then hit OK and hit yes. You can see here now both ports have been configured to the number of 25 as they were previously 128. Gonna hit apply, then hit OK. Now we're gonna minimize this. We're gonna click on Start, go to Administrative Tools, and then go to Network Policy Server. Now the Network Policy Server has started. You're going to see a list of different options: radius, clients and servers, policies, network access protection, and accounting. You're going to expand policies, and you're going to see three sub menus. You're going to see connection request policies, network policies, and health policies. We're going to be focusing on network policies. We're going to right click on network policies and select new, and it access the name to the policy name. We're going to type in our VPN policy, and it says type of network access server. You select this. We're going to use remote access server VPN dial-up. We're going to go ahead and select next. And it says condition description, so you go to conditions, so you're going to select add and you're going to specify the type of condition you want to use with this particular VPN. So for in this instance, we're going to use that. Right, so we found the tunnel type. You're going to select tunnel type. We're going to double click on it, and we're going to see four options, sorry: generic route encapsulation, IP encapsulation, layer 2 tunneling, and point-to-point tunneling. We're going to select layer 2 tunneling and point-to-point tunneling protocol. We're going to leave all the others deselected, and then we're going to go ahead and select OK. Now that this has been completed, we're going to go ahead and hit next, and we're going to choose access granted. We're going to go ahead and hit next again, and you're going to see some options selected here: less secure authentication methods. We want to go and use Microsoft encrypted authentication version 2. We'll not be using the other versions, so we're going to deselect those. And as I deselected the Microsoft encryption authentication, you can see that the last option has also been deselected. We're going to go ahead and select next, and now we've come to a section that says constraints. Now constraints are parameters that are used to control when a user has access with the VPN. So what you can do with this, there you can see there's a idle timeout, session timeout, call station ID, and day and time restriction. And you can select allow access only on these days and times, hit edit. You're going to see it comes up with a weekly version here, and it shows you for the entire week blocked area where you can actually deselect when a person has no access to it. So it says blue means the person is permitted, white says they have no access. So depending on the type of company or the service that you want to be offering, you can restrict certain times when the persons can have access to this VPN. So let's say you want to restrict a person access on all the days of the week between the hours of 2 and 6. We can select that block from Monday to Friday, and then we can select denied. So the person would not have access between the hours of 2 and 6. Also, you can set it for any block you particularly want. You can also choose between 5 and 8 also. Select denied, so the person will not have access between those particular times. So we'll go ahead and hit OK here, and then we're going to go ahead and select next. And then we're going to go down to encryption. Now in encryption, what you're going to see, there are 4 different types: basic, strong, strongest, and no. We're going to be using the strongest type, so we're going to deselect the other 3. And then we're going to go ahead and select next. And then finish. What you can see here though is a summary of the policy settings that we would have created earlier on. See, it's a tunnel type, layer 2, and authentication, grant access, PPP, type of services framed, and the day and time restrictions, and the encryption, and so forth. So we'll go ahead and hit finish. Now what we're going to do, we're going to close this off, and we're going to be going to our client machine, which I already have started up in a Windows 7. So in a client machine now, you're going to log in. You're going to click on Start and go to Control Panel. You're going to go to Network and Internet, and Network and Sharing Center. In Network and Sharing Center, what you want to go to is go to Set up a new connection on network, and you're going to choose Connect to a Workplace. You're going to see here below it says set up a dial-up or VPN connection to your workplace. I'm going to hit Next, and we're going to choose Use My Internet Connection VPN, and I'll set up an internet connection later. Now you're going to type in the internet address, which will be the IP address of the machine that's hosting the VPN. So that's going to be our server 68.0.1, and the destination name is going to be server VPN connection. I'm going to go ahead and hit next, and the username for this instance, we're going to be using the administrator, just to give an example for this tutorial. Admin. Password. And the domain, this is optional, but we can also put it in. I'm going to put in SKNet. I'm going to hit create. It says creating the connection, and then you're going to hit close. Now what we're going to do to go to change adapter settings, and you're going to see select connect. Alright, great. So as you can see now, it has connected. I did experience some problems before in terms of using the correct name and so forth, but it has says it's now connected. Server VPN connection connected to sknet.com. You can go to the status. You can see it has, well, no internet access. IP version 6 is disabled, so you'll get no network access there. But you can see it does send and receive packets, as it is right now. And the description, connection type, and the address. If you select on properties, you're going to see the host name or IP address of the destination. Now close this off. I'm going to go back to my server machine, and on my server machine we're going to go back to the routing and remote access. What you're looking for is an active port that is actually connected currently for the connection that is running right now. So what you can see, let me give you a side-by-side view. So looking at it, you can see we're currently connected right now. So I'm just refreshing the server side. And you can see here there's one active connection to the server, which is the active connection that we currently have running from our Windows 7 client machine. Alright, so that's it for setting up a virtual private network type connection, and thanks for watching this video.